So if I sit like right here, yeah, I'm in the frame. Guys, where the heck am I? What are these things? What a weird sight this must be to see me on a chest day, not on a bench press. How strange is that? So my thought process today was, you know what? I've benched flat or incline with a barbell for the last 8 workouts. And instead of taking a deload, where I literally do lightweight, 60% effort, 60% of the frequency volume, how people normally do a deload, what I'm gonna do is just change up the exercise. And I could, you know, grab the bench and just stick to 3 plates and just do a few sets there and whatever. I just said, you know what, I'm gonna have some fun today and just see how heavy I can go with the dumbbells. See if I can, I've never really tested my dumbbell strength. It's pretty weird, I haven't started a workout with dumbbells for chest in ages. Like probably since like 2020, 2021 maybe. I would do like first exercise dumbbells. Ugh. It's definitely different, you feel wicked different. People say, oh, if you're gonna flat bench with a bar and then flat bench with dumbbells, those are, you know, redundant exercises. And I couldn't disagree more. They feel pretty different. Just everything feels wicked different about it. Your hands don't go in the same path as the barbell does. I think your hands, I don't know, I wonder what it would look like if you put a side-by-side video up of a bench press and a dumbbell press, and you were able to put the camera right in line with someone's hands and see how maybe a barbell, as you press, you know, your hands don't do anything because they're fixed on the bar, versus a dumbbell, maybe people come up and they kind of maybe have a little bit of converging. But either way, they're both great exercises. For me, I'm not really super pumped about really heavy dumbbells and like doing this whole thing for shoulders or for chest or incline or flat. That's why I just feel safer with the barbell, but I don't know, I just said screw it, I'm just gonna have some fun and see what happens. I will say it's a much more pain in the butt, back and forth to the dumbbell rack, picking these things up. Forgot what this was like, it's so tedious. One thing I wanna focus on today, and I want you guys to focus on, if you're dumbbell pressers, is to kind of avoid the Nick Walker press. And Nick Walker is a big, large, muscular, young, I mean, the amount of muscle that dude has built on his frame in just a few years is like, it's insane. That guy is absolutely massive. Have you ever noticed about his physique? He has really crazy arms, crazy triceps, but his chest is not this, I don't really think anyone would say, oh, Nick Walker's chest is goals, is like, yo, he's got crazy developed, you know, pecs. And something that he does with his pressing is this. And you can check out his Instagram if you want, or his YouTube. Or maybe I'll pull up a clip to save you the time, but this is sort of how he presses. He comes wherever he is to start. And when he comes down, he really doesn't go past about here. And he has this big tricep lockout. And he controls his reps really slow, but he doesn't really go past here. Now, if you deleted these barbells and put if you deleted these dumbbells and put a barbell there, look how far off my chest I would be. I'd be a good 4 or 5, maybe 6 inches off my chest. So I want to treat this like a barbell and not stop here. I want to come down to here and open that bitch up. So I don't care if you're on a bar, I don't care if you're on a dumbbell, I don't care if you're on a Smith machine. That bar, or an invisible bar, as if there was a bar there, that thing's gotta touch your chest. And if you can't, if it's because of an injury, fine. But if you can't just because you're stiff or you're tight, that's a sad excuse. That can't just be the way you walk around the gym. Oh, I'm stiff, I'm tight, I don't have the mobility, therefore I don't do it. What kind of give up attitude is that? Figure out, why can't I lower a bar or a dumbbells down to my chest? What is going on that I can't do it? What's the pain? You know, what is the pain from? What is the stiffness from? If your posture all day is like this, and you're rounded, and then you go to dumbbell press, yeah, you're not gonna really get past here. So when you sit on your bench, you need to be here. This should be an easy posture for you to like sit in, and just bench from right here, boom, boom. You gotta get these hands down to here, and not do the, I mean, I'm not trying to hate on Nick Walker, I'm just trying to say that is a perfect example of a physique that has insane development in most of the muscles, but a couple of muscles he might be a little bit behind on, and you can see it right there in front of your face in his training. His dumbbells don't go down to his chest. He kind of comes a good 4 to 6 inches off his chest, and his triceps are ridiculous. It's almost like it works like a, hey, there's your clues, you know, there are the clues to the puzzle. So long story short, guys, barbell, dumbbell, I don't care. I'm coming down all the way to here and I'm coming back up, boom. And that's gonna be how I handle this. Hopefully I can find something a little bit challenging. I don't know, we'll see. Right there, see all my hands? See my hands are at my chest? Just make a cue, like the dumbbells touch your chest, depending on the size of them. Man, I don't know how you guys do it. Picking these things up, putting them back every set, oh my God. It's so tiring. I just want a bar, put plates on, simple. But I'm also kinda, like I got my little corner here, tucked away from everybody, trying to get my camera in a good spot, make sure my videos are good quality. I'm trying to improve, like when I come to the gym, now that I record all my workouts and I'm posting them on YouTube, like the workouts that I have, I'm worried about them and making sure they're good for me and like for my gains. I at least gotta worry about myself like a little bit. But dude, my brain, the second I start thinking about the gym, my brain revolves around the quality of the YouTube video that I'm gonna be making that day. And I hope, if anybody has seen a video from maybe a couple weeks ago and maybe you're watching this one, hopefully you see, I mean, I'm trying my best to actually improve just the overall experience and the enjoyment of, you know, all these videos that I'm putting out. I see 60s in front of me. I don't know how if they go much heavier than that, but that's cool. I'm gonna probably just do all my sets with, you know, the heaviest dumbbells they have or close to it and just push to failure on all of them. And I really maybe focus, I think, maybe today I'll be a little bit more delt focused today. You know, I might do a press, a fly, a press, and not do that fourth exercise. I'm not saying I needed a deload this week. I was just thinking, you know what, instead of waiting for my chest to get tight and cause me a problem, I'm gonna be preemptive and proactive. I'm just gonna take the week off of the heavy barbell stuff because I've done like, I don't know how many weeks in a row of chest now. And that was before I even started recording these. So yeah, I'll see how this feels. And if I'm sore the next day, then you know what, maybe dumbbells are in my rotation. And maybe I go flat incline barbell, flat incline dumbbell, and then back to barbell, and I have a 4-day kind of chest rotation. I don't know, we'll see. I'm always open. I've been in this game a few years. I'm always open to finding and figuring out new ways to just do things and improve my physique. But literally, like I said, like my whole mentality all day revolves around, okay, I gotta make sure my YouTube video is good, gotta make sure this is good, the camera's in a good spot, the audio's good, I'm eating and getting my meals in on time because I'll be editing and then the time flies by. So it's been a really fun experience. And if you guys have been here since the first video, it's only been a couple of weeks, and you know, you're still here, man, I want to say thanks. Seriously, thanks. And I hope that you guys are getting something out of these. As Ronnie Coleman said in that really famous video, he goes, watch yourself, and the dumbbell almost hits the cameraman.
Wait. What's there?
Today was kind of my midweek. It's not a refeed, it's just a touch of carbs today. For my body, for where I'm at, I can deplete like pretty hard within a few days, especially if I take a lot of steps during the day. I usually keep my phone in my pocket, you know, pretty much all day to track my steps. Not that I have like a goal or whatever, I'm just curious to see where I'm at. Plus the Stairmaster, plus just being heavy, you just burn calories pretty easily. So my usual depletion amount of time is usually a good 3 to 4 days. And then my body kind of needs a little something, a little carb spike, or totally off cardio, sometimes both. And today is sort of that day. So my carbs for the day are 100, 50 pre, I'm gonna have 50 post-workout. No Stairmaster cardio today, just a good amount of walking. I did about an hour walk this morning, just walking around, you know, Thailand, just going for a walk or whatever, get some sun. What I'm gonna do tomorrow is gonna be right back into the seriousness of, you know, probably 2 cardio sessions and low carbs, again on, you know, what's today, Tuesday? Again Thursday, again Friday. And it just gets down, this is the part of the diet where you're in that last phase where it's just nothing really to it, there's nothing special to it, there's nothing too fancy. It's just pounding the calorie deficit hard over and over, the cardio, the hunger, and you just whatever. Like I go to bed, this is literally my nightly routine. I literally have my last bite of food and I immediately brush my teeth. I have a diet soda too, so I like a little, my last bite of food, put down a diet soda to get some bubbles in my belly, and then I just get in bed. Because if I stay up any longer than that, dude, I'm gonna be so hungry that I'm gonna wanna go eat, and then my stomach's rumbly, and then it's hard for me to fall asleep. It's a bad cycle. So you guys are gonna see some really sick changes every single week. Like, you'll see a chest video, and then you'll see another chest video a week later, and you're gonna see a noticeable difference. And dude, I'm fucking nobody. I'm literally nobody. I'm just a Joe Schmo kid. I'm just so average and boring. You guys can accomplish anything physique related that you want to, natural, enhanced, whatever it may be. It's just the repetitive monotony of this lifestyle where it's just be hungry if you want to diet, get on the cardio and sleep really well and train hard, hit your meals. If you want to bulk, it's literally all of that with just a little bit more food. It's really just, it's so simple. So 60 kg is 120 plus 12, this is 132. This isn't super heavy, but I think it's perfect for today. See how many I can get with this. So weird doing dumbbell press. That was tough. That was humbling. That was hard, man. I'm not gonna lie. I have nothing bad. I have nothing negative. I can't talk shit about dumbbells. That was tough. That was definitely tough. The toughness was like, kind of like being two arms separated. That was tough. If you guys can press some good dumbbell weight, you got my respect for sure. Because having two independent hands is definitely difficult. I don't know if it's better, I don't know if it's worse, but I can definitely say it's different and it's difficult. And I don't think deleting dumbbells because it's an unstable exercise from your workout routine is a good idea. Try it, practice with it. Don't do 2 workouts with it and toss it in the trash. You know, that's what a lot of people do. They use something and they do something one time, oh, it wasn't perfect. Yeah, this one sucks. It's like, dude, you didn't even give it a shot. It's not the exercise, it's you, you know? But that was cool, man. Wow, dumbbells. I know you guys are new to me, but like, this is weird, so weird for me to be doing this right now. I guess I like it though, you know? It's a challenge. I can build my strength up on this, get this towards 20 reps. It's an old goal I can set. Something that I've seen, maybe even myself, other people, whoever, the internet, is like, do you press as if it was a bar with your hands very straight on? Branch Warren used to do a lot of pressing like this grip, kind of in like a, not neutral, palms parallel to each other, but a little bit here. Like he wasn't here, but he wasn't here. He was 45, you know? And halfway through these sets, I kind of switch between them. I'm just still kind of learning this because I never do this. But when you guys press, I mean, are you guys like here? Because I feel like here is a little bit, not unnatural, but I'd have to think, I'd have to make myself be here. Whereas if I'm just holding this free object in my hand, I feel like my hand almost wants to rotate to like a 45 degree. I feel like I barely got to 10 on that one. Pump is there, even on my little bit of potato. I haven't had carbohydrates since Saturday, besides the trace carbs from like fruits, not even fruits, I don't even have fruits, from vegetables. The only vegetables I really can get away with, if you're like me, I don't know if you guys are like this, but the deeper you get into like a diet phase, almost like your taste buds get more sensitive, and shit that doesn't taste good will start like tasting good because you're just so hungry. So the other day I was eating like my eggs and egg whites for my first meal. I put like some mushroom in there, and then I had a piece of mushroom just like by itself that it was cooked, it was off to the side in my plate, and I just ate that little bite of mushroom and I was like, man, this is so good. It's a fucking mushroom. But I can't really go crazy with the vegetables because I'll eat a ton of them, and secretly, without even me knowing, I'll be getting an extra 50 carbs a day from veggies. Like I can't do the peas, I can't do the carrots in big quantities. They just have too many carbohydrates in them for the amount that I would want to eat. So I stick with a couple of cherry tomatoes, stick with a couple mushrooms, a little bit of basil, and some chopped up lettuce, CBum, shredded lettuce to get shredded, Throw that in there. If I wanted to, dude, I could eat a bowl of, I mean, pick any vegetable. I'll eat the whole entire thing. Not even because it tastes good, but because I'm just so hungry and I just want to just eat and eat and eat. Because I'm eating chicken and nothing and it's gone in 2 seconds. And I'm like, all right, how many hours till my next feeding in the trough? I was just thinking about this. Ronnie Coleman, the reason why I think Ronnie was such a crazy motherfucker was his strength, but he was so deep in his diets, hitting these crazy, these crazy numbers. And his 200-pound dumbbell, I mean, dude, he cranked those out like it was nothing. Like, I can't imagine adding 70 pounds to each one of these and just lying back and just boom, boom, boom. I mean, he's like my idol, He's my freak physique idol. I wouldn't say he's my favorite physique to ever that's ever been on the planet in existence, but as far as like my favorite, holy shit, that's a fucking insane. How does the human body even come to that point? Like, he comes to mind first. And the crazy strength that he had, he was deadlifting that 800 pounds. Listen, I've deadlifted 800 pounds. However, I've never deadlifted 800 pounds and done 5-plate barbell rows right after it. That's fucked up. I mean, that's fucked up. I mean, the dude had a 200-pound dumbbell in each hand. And I don't have a shitty bench. Like, I've pushed up in the upper fours. I think my max one rep was like maybe 465 or something like that, or 470 for a single. And he's repped 5 plates, you know what I mean? So I'm way behind him, but I'm not like miles, His deadlift is 800 for a couple, and I've pulled 815. It's not like me and him are so far apart for like singles, but when it comes to just pure brute power on sets with reps, with dumb heavy weight, I mean, dude, he's the king. It's not even close. All right, 3rd set of this thing. Come on, come on. Oh my. Let's go. That was awesome. Chest is mad pumped. 3 sets of 10 with that, that's cool. Maybe I'll do one more, and then I'll edit out the drop set since, we can't do that. Just an absolute mess of dumbbells over here. I think 60 to a, 60 to a 45 will be like a nice little dropperooski. Now, for those of you who are new, why do I do drop sets? Well, hitting failure is really important if you want to get bigger, right? Good. Now, what happens when you finish your last rep with X amount of pounds? Let's say you're doing pick an exercise, and let's say you do whatever weight, and let's say you can't get another rep. You're on rep number 8, and you're like, that's your last one, cool. Have your muscles hit failure? No. Even though you can't do any more. How does that make sense? Because your muscles just can't do any more at that weight. So guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna drop the weight a little bit, and guess what? You can get a few more. And then you're gonna drop the weight again, you can get a few more. And guess what you're doing? You're doing 2 things. You're increasing your time under tension. Holy shit. Fucking mind-blowing. And the other thing that you're doing is you're building an investment into like your future workouts. I know that sounds weird. However, the endurance and the muscle fibers in, let's say, your chest that are not used to doing shit like that are gonna get better at stuff like that. And when you get to those failure reps, you'll be able to push through because you are now lumping into one set, maybe 2, 3, 4 times a moment where you have you're hitting like a wall of I can't do anymore. And in one set, you're getting 4 encounters of I can't do this anymore. And then you drop the weight and you go, oh, I can't do this anymore. And you drop the weight and you just keep, you're cramming 4 into 1. And that for your next chest workout and the chest workouts in a year from now, it builds an endurance so that you can keep progressing, because progressive overload and time under tension in this hypertrophy world is all it is to getting bigger. So everyone that you see on the internet that says drop sets are bad, don't do rest pause, don't do cluster sets, don't do all this shit. I'm like, dude, you're literally telling somebody not to train to absolute failure. And maybe you think that that's a good idea. And I would say one thing, let's see your physique. Another thing, how many people have you helped? And how many years have you been practicing a certain school of thought that you can say, you know what, I've put in a crap ton of time on this philosophy and I'm ready to establish a conclusion. Not you did it for fucking 2 workouts and you're gonna come to some big absolute statement about training. I just can't believe how fast people are ready to give advice. You've been in the gym for 2 seconds and you're already preaching and monologuing and talking shit about other people, taking their Instagram video, and then you make a video off of their Instagram video, a little stitch or whatever the hell it's called, down, you know, talking down on them for whatever, to try to make yourself feel better. Dude, it's so sad and stupid. And none of these people really have anything impressive about them. They're just reaffirming some shit in your head, you fall for it. And then meanwhile, you're the sucker because you're skipping all the good shit that gets you bigger. It's just a ridiculous loop of just stupidity. So I'm gonna do a drop set because I'm gonna exhaust my muscles at 60 kg, and then I'm gonna go down to 45 and exhaust my muscles there. And I don't feel like getting another pair of dumbbells with the mess over there, so I'm gonna stop there, and that'll be my set. One more. Come on, get up there, you little shit. Yes, got it. Partials. Again, failure. Not just stopping the set because you feel like you're done. I'm gonna rest for 5 seconds right here. Let this shit open me up. Oh, it hurts so bad. Okay, I'm done. That was little Jeremy Buendia. I've brought him up a few times. He has one of the craziest chests ever. When he was competing in Mr. Olympia, oh man, for a men's physique dude, I mean, it was crazy. And I just saw he would finish his sets. You know, he'd get his last rep, partials, and then his last rep was just holding it at the stretch until he couldn't hold it anymore, and then he'd dump it. That's why I did that. Pros, positives of dumbbell pressing. I noticed after just this one is that it's faster. I can get through 5 sets of this, including a drop set on the 5th one, a lot faster than I can, or maybe 4 sets. Did I do 4 or 5? Either way, it was definitely faster than the barbell. So a positive is it's quicker. The other thing is that it challenges your, I don't want to say it challenges your stabilizers, because there's no such thing as stabilizers. It's just motor recruitment and just a movement pattern that you're just not used to. So it challenges that motor pattern that you might not be training if you're on a fixed position. Even if you're on a hammer strength machine where both arms act unilaterally, even that, you're still in a fixed plane. So this is truly the only exercise. A free chunk of fucking iron in your hand separately is the only way to actually train, you know, basically train with no assistance at all. This is even more hardcore than a barbell. Cons of this exercise: getting the dumbbells is a pain in the ass. Not gonna lie, fucking sucks, especially when they're heavy. 2 is, I don't wanna say this is a bad thing, but you definitely can't make any sort of strength assumptions about yourself based on how strong you are on this, because this and the barbell really have no carryover to each other in terms of how strong you are on one. Oh, that means I'll be strong, you know, on this one, at this way. You can't really do that. So it's kind of a solo loner exercise. And it's hard for this strength that you can establish for yourself on this to like translate over into a barbell. It's really hard to do that. But man, I think it's a great exercise. Look at me, I'm how many years into this game telling you guys, yeah, dumbbell, if you guys haven't heard of it yet, the dumbbell press is really good. Let's move on. I'm good with this. Wow, another exercise you guys haven't really seen me do much. I'm gonna do some low to high cable flies. So with the cable flies, staggered stance, one foot's in front of the other one. And like I say, for all this back stuff, all this chest stuff, delt stuff, anything upper body where your arms are even involved, even a little bit, is it all depends on what is going on here in your shoulders. Are you protracted, retracted, elevated, depressed? Are you mentally depressed? Probably. So I'm gonna be back and down. I don't wanna make my chest tall, proud. I don't wanna be rounded. And from here, I'm coming up to the top here. Now, as they get hard, because this is just a cute little cable squeezer, this is not like some big manly gung-ho exercise, is as this gets harder, is you're gonna have to lean into the exercise more. So you're gonna start here, and you're gonna go, oh, I'm really tired, and you can lean here and come up like that. And now you're getting less of this and more of this. And guess what they're both fucking targeting? Your upper chest. So we get to do what people like to call a mechanical drop set, which is basically when you don't change the weight, but you just change the mechanics of the exercise. So I'm staggered stance, and I like to alternate every set. I start with one foot, you know, switching off. So I'm here, and I'm doing like a fly, a low to high fly. I'm not pressing this weight. My chest is tall, and I'm contracting my upper chest. This is kind of a warm-up, so let's say I hit failure right there. Now I'm gonna be here, boom. There should be an absolute burning, ridiculous burning pump sensation all through right where your sternum is. This is your sternum, this bone, all along your sternum and up here. If you have a hard time hitting your upper chest or getting soreness in your upper chest the next couple of days of a workout, again, another Instagram fucking black hole to avoid is when people say pre-exhaust is bullshit. I literally just watched a video of someone saying pre-exhaust is bad and you shouldn't do it, blah, blah, blah. It was this dude with humongous quads, and he was like, you know how I built these quads? Before I do my big compound leg stuff, I do leg extensions and I do Bulgarian split squats. Then I go into my really heavy leg stuff. And this kid cut the video and starts talking in front of that guy's video, saying pre-exhaust is a bad idea, don't do it, blah, blah, blah. All pre-exhaust is it's establishing a mind-muscle connection, a burning sensation, a pump, getting some connection between your brain and the fucking muscle before you go into a very big mass-building exercise. So if you guys have trouble hitting your chest on the dumbbell shit, on the barbell stuff, whatever it may be, a pre-exhaust technique might be really helpful, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab, you know, an exercise like this, and you're gonna spend a few minutes just getting blood into your upper chest. And then guess what? When you go do your dumbbells, you're gonna have an easier time feeling that muscle and that part of the muscle work. I wanna come back here at the bottom of my rep and look big. I don't wanna finish my reps and be kind of small or slouched looking. I want at the bottom of every rep to have my traps tall, my chest out, and my delts retracted. So I'm finishing here, and every rep starts about here. Finishing here, start here. And as soon as you feel this stop hitting your chest the way that it was in the first chunk of the set, and let's say you're hitting failure, you got failure right there. All right, cool. Lean forward and now scoop up. It's like a press almost. I forgot to switch my feet. Man, I think that's fireworks going off out there. Pre-exhausting doesn't always have to be exhausting. I've called it like priming, like I'm priming the muscle. If I was gonna go into this chest workout, and let's say you're someone that has kind of that Nick Walker-y huge tricep, but your chest is a little flat, or let's say your front delts are ridiculous. Sam Sulek, love the kid, love his physique, love his videos, I look up to him. Absolutely admire that kid. Purely, if I chopped off his head, and I just saw the physique itself, didn't know it was Sam, and I was gonna be as objective as possible, his chest definitely is a little flat, a little lagging, but his delts are ridiculous. And what happened with that video with him and Urs Kalsinski, Urs was like, dude, you're all here. You need to be here when you train chest. And Sam told Jay Cutler, you know, in that posing video they did, he's like, hey, you know, I've been practicing with the chest exercises to stay really, really tall. So if you have a Sam Sulek kind of looking, you know, from here up where your front delt is ridiculous, but your chest is a little flat. Or let's say you're all tricep and delt, you know, your triceps are hanging, but you have kind of a flat chest. You might have to, before you start your big compound movements, is not necessarily pre-exhaust, like get weaker in your chest for the day. I just mean put some blood there first. And I'm not talking about just simply warming up the joints and warming up the movement. I'm talking about get a little bit of a pump there. Get a little bit of like, all right, I'm pumped. I can feel this muscle is a little bit inflated. I didn't tire myself out. It's a fine balance between getting tired and just, you know, going through the motions where it doesn't really do anything. Beyond that, you're gonna be in pre-exhaust territory. And that might be a technique that you use and actually find it you know, helpful to actually make your muscle weaker on purpose. I do that because in the middle of my workout, as the workouts go, I don't wanna be lifting crazy amounts of weight all workout. So I almost wanna like go heavy, and then I wanna tire myself out for like the remainder where if I never tired myself out, I'd still be going heavy all workout, but I want to purposely exhaust myself. So for me, it's not like a pre-exhaust, it's like a mid-exhaust, midway through the workout. Is this a big, look how much weight I can do exercise? Quiz, answer, no. Is this a, I change my form up to impress people around me? No. Is this a, I count every single rep and I'm so worried about beating my logbook? Maybe. But for me, no. Oh, fuck. All right, scoop these fucking things. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. We are pumped. I've been pumped. I was pumped from the warm-up on that thing. I don't know how. But these little carb spikes, your body gets very sensitive. When you start dieting, look how sensitive little things change. A little bit of sodium extra or subtracted changes how you look, changes how much you weigh. A little bit of carbs changes how much you look, changes how much your performance, you know, increases, decreases. The leaner you get, the more sensitive and like fragile your body is. Another thing, your digestion's gonna slow down a little bit. So if you're used to a regular bathroom schedule, say you go once a day into the bathroom, let's say you go 1 or 2 times a day to the bathroom. When you get down to those low carb days, for days on end, for weeks on end, your bathroom schedule isn't gonna be super regular simply because you're not taking as much food. And when that happens, you're gonna wake up and go, oh, I'm not losing weight. It's like, yeah, because you woke up and hopped on the scale without a, you know, bowel movement. Or last night you would have normally had a bowel movement, but you didn't. And now you have yesterday's food, you know, plus, you know, all added in there, and you're gonna think you're not losing weight or something like that. So optimizing your digestion is really important on a diet, and that does not mean go balls out on the fiber. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying go eat a ton of fiber. I'm saying remember that your digestion is simply going to slow down, and you need to factor that in. Just like your strength's gonna drop a little bit. It's okay. Your digestion's gonna slow down. That is okay. You're simply eating less food. Worry about the mirror and worry about a larger downtrend. It's like the stock market. If my stock goes down one day, am I gonna sell my whole portfolio? No, I'm looking for a trend. Okay. We're gonna come up with a code word for drop set, and any set over 8 reps. Oh my God. Man, that was good. So I'm gonna do one more of those. Oh my God, 2 drop sets. I'm really going crazy. Wish you guys could see my hands. I'm gonna pause my set because I wanna show you guys. My hands are coming back to here. That's how far back they are. I'm basically going until I literally cannot anymore. I'm not gonna stop here and just squeeze from here. That's not doing anything. Your chest doesn't grow much, if at all, from here to here. Your chest grows a ton from here, back here, starting to here. Grows much more than here to here. So my focus here is to open those pecs up as much as I possibly can. As much as I can, I wanna be back here. So the whole stack is, you know, behind me over my shoulder. You're not gonna be making the most amount of progress you can be if all your chest flies are from here. I'm saying start back here. Open that bitch all the way up. Go down one. Just think, little efforts multiplied by 52 weeks of workouts. Man. So something tricky with this one is you might, if you do what I just did where you're in kind of a very, an obvious fly, and then you start to transition into like this, almost like a close grip kind of upper chest press, is if you stay all arm, what's gonna get sore? What's gonna get pumped? Your front delt, because you're not doing any retraction, protraction. You're just locked and you're just arm. So I don't want you guys to just arm your way into this exercise. I want you to be here with it. I want you to open, boom, open, boom. It's all about this whole chunk of meat, this whole system going backward and forward on that type of exercise. So when you're doing a fly, you're here and you're squeezing your chest, here, squeezing your chest, opening up, squeezing, and then you're gonna kind of be here and you're gonna go here, but I'm not just here. I'm not just this, I'm this. It's almost like I'm squeezing my back. Your back and your chest are agonist, antagonist. So you're opening up your chest, regardless if it's a fly from any direction, you're opening up your chest. And if it's a press, like I was just doing with that close grip, the close grip is sort of where the gray area comes in. Because being on a regular bench press, I'm not on a regular bench doing this and this. But on a exercise like this, where you're purposely tucked with your elbows and you're trying to not hit your front delts as much as possible, to a degree, you're trying to hit your chest and not your front delts. It has to be within this movement of my whole shoulder girdle goes back and I contract, and it goes back and I contract. If you played that clip in reverse, it would look like I'm doing a row, because that's literally what I'm doing in reverse. If I stay here, like I said, it's all delt. And I'm not trying to hit my front delts. I'm not trying to just do this. I'm trying to go here, boom, here, boom. Hope that helps. Let's get on to the next thing and be done with chest after this third one, call it a day, and then we're gonna hit some sides. Don't worry about the camera placement. I kind of put it there on purpose. I'm not gonna go into the heavy set yet. I wanna show you guys the difference in just regular old straight pressing. So here's me straight pressing. I'm actually sitting too low, so I would normally be sitting right about here, and I would be here. Yay. Easy, nothing fancy, nothing special about it. But what I'm gonna do on purpose is I'm gonna drop this seat just a couple of notches, not a lot, just a couple of clicks, like to there. And then I'm purposely going to bring this thing up into my neck with a very flared elbow. You are going to hit a lot of rear delts with this, but that's okay, because look where your rear delt attaches to. It's hard to separate these, systems of muscles into such, small segregated pieces when they all work together as a whole. So when you're thinking about your upper chest, you can't really avoid, on a press, you can't really avoid your front delts. But that's cool. They're all part of it, and that's why I don't have a shoulder day where I just overhead press a bunch, because my front delts get smashed on chest day, which is cool. I like that, and it lets me focus on my sides and my rears, which really are what build your shoulders in that 3D Phil Heath looking delt kind of approach and look that I want. So I'm sitting all the way down here. Look at this thing. It's on my neck. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna be rounded forward in my shoulders. I'm not gonna be here. I'm gonna be still tall. And I'm gonna let this just open me up. And right now I'm getting all front delt and all upper chest. Look at my elbows, wicked flared. And that's it. So let's put some weight on there. Is this look how much weight I can do, watch me, look, let me get attention? No. Is this sets of 3 to 5, crazy heavyweight? No. I could even sit lower than this. Wow, that's really good. Another kind of version of this, or like an alternative to this, is the same exact thing on a Smith machine. I'm not big on doing this on a hammer strength or a hammer strength-esque machine where this pivot point is up there, because I'm here in this position here with my elbows flared. I don't want to be pressing and the weight goes up and away from me. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose that posture. I'm sorry about these noises. I think it's fireworks. It's fireworks, right? If you're on a machine where the pivot point's here and the handle is here and it swings like that, you're gonna be in an already like upper chest starting point, and as you press, it's gonna go too much upper chest. So if you can, try to grab something that you can just press straight on, or something that pivots down at the bottom like this thing. And like I said, I could even go lower than this. I'm gonna go down one click. Look how high this is on my neck. I'm not taking 5 minutes to rest. As soon as I'm ready, I'm ready. And I'm chest really tall, and this thing is like coming to my face. If this is a Smith machine, same thing. I'd want the bar coming right to my chin, right on my beard, right under my, right where my neck is. I'm not rounding my shoulders, just here. Front delt and upper chest, they kind of go hand in hand, and that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. My grip is all the way out too. I pretty much go right to the metal. Hope you guys can sort of see from there how high these handles are and how flared my elbows are. But I don't feel like I'm at risk of injury or nothing. I stretch till it feels like the end of the stretch, like it's over. Okay, now I'm done. Let me go here. Go until I can't. Okay, go here. Remember, partials do not change your form. All right, let's see how the physique's looking. I haven't done side delts yet. I'm usually crazy pumped with the side delts in there and the chest pump, but let's see just chest pump right now. You guys might even get 2 little pump checks this workout. All right, let's check this out real quick. Now hopefully we have a little bit of extra conditioning this week that I maybe didn't have the last couple weeks, and I would say my chest and my midsection looking a lot leaner than they were just maybe 5 days ago. A little bit more here. Just get this last section to go and clean all this up. But I feel like the chest striations are more visible in my chest right now. And I feel like the tricep cuts in the back of my tricep, so I can zoom in on those little feathery thingies so I can get this in the frame. See back there? Trying to get those to really come in. Still got a bit to go though. Not done yet. I'm gonna keep saying that. Not done yet. Still got a long way to go. But yeah, let's hit some side delts and blow these babies up, and maybe do a second one of these. Dude, I love cracking my back. Oh, it feels so good to do that. Anyways, side delts. I'm going to start this with a superset. I know that's not what the guys online say to do, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do dumbbell standing raises, and that exercise, I kind of have 2 parts of every set, or at least what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna have like 2 parts of the set, or I'm gonna be very, very strict. And then as I start to get tired, I'm literally gonna like totally change how I perform the exercise, and it's gonna be more of an upright row with the same weight. And then, holy crap, I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna lie down on this. So I'm on the two arm cable row here, and I'm not gonna be doing cable rows, but what I will be doing is upright rows. And with the upright rows on this, the momentum and the controlled kind of body language I have is sort of the main factor. It's not so strict like this. It's a little bit of body language. And the whole point is that I'm gonna be going a little heavier than I could if I was using very textbook form. It's not sloppy where it's not like sloppy where it's out of the muscle. I'm hitting my side delt directly when I do that, and it just takes some practice. You're not gonna get this one on day one. So practice it. Get a pump first. What I want you guys to do is get a side delt exercise that you know can give you a pump in your side delts. And with that pump established, get into something like this to try to learn it. Because you're gonna have that pump there, and you're gonna do a rep or two, you go, oh, that's where it is. You're gonna lock into that range of motion, you're gonna lock into that form, and then just stay on it. Just like your girl. Don't move, finish the job. Don't change what you're doing if it's really getting a really good pump and getting to the finish line. Legs are out in front of me. You can even see this quad separation in my sweatpants. It's kind of sick. I'm just here. No fanciness, no jerking, no swinging. Just up, there's a mosquito. Just up and down. Up, up. Okay, can't do any more. Now guess what? Upright rows, but I have to take my phone out of my pocket. All right, pretend we're good there. I bring my feet closer together. A little bit more momentum, right? But I'm still on the side delt. And without any rest, it almost feels like 3 sets. Without any rest, I'm here. I lie down. You can feel a crazy pump already. So imagine, 3 or 4 rounds of that. Yeah, crazy pump, crazy everything. However, be ready for almost like it to like shut off on you. And that's when it's time to move on to the next exercise or the next thing or whatever. All right, I'm losing my form. And partials for me are kind of useless because what's a partial gonna do? There's no side delt happening here, from here to here. I'm not getting anything. So as soon as I can't get any more, my form goes away. Then upright rows. Oh, shit. Okay. Another cool exercise you guys can do, if you want to just stay cables and just not do the dumbbells or separate your dumbbells and your cables up, is do this exercise, but instead of upright rowing it, instead of here, upright row, you're gonna be straight arm, slight elbow bend, not locked straight elbow, but slight bend, and you're gonna come up like that. It's called a Y raise. If you can, if your machine stack allows it, you can cross these, so you'll have your left hand grabbing the right cable and your right hand grabbing the left side cable, and that gives you an extra inch of range of motion of an angle, I guess you could say. And you're just gonna be like this. You're just doing dumbbell raises with the cables basically. So you're like that. Again, can't get any more, don't just get rid of it. Mechanically, continue the exercise by changing the mechanics of it and go into an upright row, and you can do that all right here. I just preferred to get just this today. For whatever reason, I just decided to do this. There's no right or wrong, it's just try what's good for you. Find what you connect with the best. If your traps keep over dominating all your shoulder stuff, you literally need to shut the entire gym off and focus on yourself. And just remember not to be all tight up here in your neck. You gotta drop your shoulders and let this side delt come out. Look at that. See that right there? No trap involvement. I'm not. okay? I'm just boom. Even on an upright row, my shirt's moving, but my traps are not moving. Nothing's happening here. It's not this, it's this. One more. Upright rows. Okay, last one. This particular cable attachment thing, I can't cross these because these don't move. But if yours at your gym, these pieces actually swivel in and out, I would recommend crossing them. And you just get an extra little bit of an angle that's helpful. Mine, I can't here, which is okay. And I'm almost like falling off the bench like that way, you know? These burn like a mother. All right, so you guys know I really like my, let me talk to the camera. Who cares about the mirror? I don't need that thing. Let's zoom, look at that mouth. All right, so you guys know I like my Arnold, whatever they are, where you lie on the bench, you know, like you're sideways on the bench, you've seen me do that, and use a dumbbell so you get resistance the entire time as opposed to standing up straight. I'm gonna do that on my side delts with arms. Today, since I'm chest, a lot of pressing today, what I wanna do is I wanna do 3 sets of a shoulder press. Now, shoulder press, people go, oh, front delts. Just for a second, think about your side delts right here, this muscle. What I want you guys to do right now, as you're watching this video, if you can, put your arm out like this, okay? Put your arm out like this, and just go like that. Just like that, bam. You see people with the light dumbbells in the gym, they go like this, and they go like this, and they do all that sort of stuff. I want you guys to just grab your own side delt muscle. If you can reach it, if you know, listen, get your way through all your mass, reach around to your side delt, and what I want you to do is go from here to here. And I want you to feel your side delt actually contracts during this motion. But this is external rotation, this is rotator cuff stuff, I thought. You know, your sits muscles. Who can name your sits muscles? I'll give anybody a free month of coaching if you can name out your sits muscles without looking it up. Your sits muscles are your supraspinatus, infraspinatus, your teres minor, and your subscapularis. Those are your rotator cuff muscles. However, why does your side delt activate on some external rotation like this? Because it's not one isolated fucking muscle. You gotta remember, it's a system. So now that I have this side delt pump established, I'm gonna go into some fixed, not a barbell, I'm gonna go into a fixed kind of machine, a machine, basically, not a free weight, a machine shoulder press. But I'm not just gonna be pressing front delts like this, as if it was a bar or as if it was a dumbbell. I'm gonna be pressing where I want the weight to almost start right next to my face, but I want it to end up behind me. If you don't have the range of motion for that, that's fine. Just do what you can. But I am gonna tell you, just try this out. People always associate pressing with front delts. And I'm gonna say, wait a second, if you can establish a side delt pump, a mind muscle connection in your side delt, take that, scurry on over to the pressing, and instead of pressing front delt like this out in front of you, I'm not telling you to go behind the neck. I'm saying start in front of you and come up behind you. If your gym has any sort of machine at all, that you can sit a certain way, maybe you have to sit backwards in the seat, maybe you gotta find something in your gym that will allow you to manipulate your seated position, and as you press, the weight's coming up and almost to the back of your head, and it comes to the front and comes up to the back. And that alone is almost touching on the same kind of movement as that external rotation. Even though your side delt isn't an external rotator, it still is part of that system of doing this. Even though it's not necessarily a prime mover, it's not a rotator cuff muscle. But I promise you, get a crazy side delt pump, rush over, because it's gonna go away, rush over to your pressing machine and press in a way that you can sit where you start here and you almost end here. You know, up top. So you're starting here and almost coming up and behind you. All right, so I have this lined up directly with these two handles. This is an independent, you know, each arm is separate. So I'm not just pressing like this. I wanna be pressing like this. Why am I doing that? Because this pivots from over there. So this thing goes like this. So if I want the weight to come up and behind me, I need to face this way. So if this was a seated machine, I would just sit the other way in the machine, simple. So now I'm starting with it here, And as I press, the weight's gonna go up behind me. The side delt contraction you get is awesome. It's not perfect, it's not all side delt, you're getting some front, but just try this in the middle or towards the end of your side delt portion of like a push day, a chest day, something like that. I'm gonna be here, I'm directly in line, and as I press, the weight's gonna go up and behind me. All right, so my battery just kind of went out. I thought I had enough time on it, but this is how we're looking with the kind of the shoulder pump. Bring this down a touch to right there. So that's pretty sweet. You know, it's not bad. Just slow and steady. I'm not the fastest dieter. I'm never gonna get shredded in 10 weeks. It's never gonna be me. I'm a good 16 weeks to get in shape kinda, and then another few weeks to really get it down. That's just my genetics. However, I was built with good genetics for strength and for pushing a lot of weight and not really weighing a lot of body weight. So I kind of have pros and cons to my, you know, just how I was born and just whatever, just what I was given as far as my wiring and my genetic makeup. But it's not bad. Maybe try right here. The chest is looking crazy juicy right now. It's just gonna get more cut, like these little striations. See that little guy right there? That's gonna go all the way across. And see these little guys, it's gonna go all the way across, and they're gonna be deep. And then I get this, like my upper chest sort of separates really deep right there. And then my abs get all covered in veins. You know, this is not that hard to, this body fat level is not crazy difficult for the average person to get to. It's really not. Like, I'm not that lean. Like, there's still a lot to go. There's still lots of body fat, you know, left to go. And I don't really care. It just is what it is. I'm slow and steady. I'm not fast. I'm just consistent. I hit my meals, I hit my cardio, and I sleep, you know, as best as I can, a good like 8 hours or so. But do you guys see that upper chest right there? This? I don't know, I can't really see mine on camera, but maybe if I go to like a this, maybe if I zoom in. Like, dude, I bench. It's not that, you know, it's not that crazy. So I want to be able to walk around with my shoulder just looking like that, you know, just looking all juiced out. But this is just in the gym. This is just pumped in the gym, you know. But pretty decent, I think. I never really do this shot. Cool. Eat your meals. Don't scroll at night. Get to bed. You literally will get bigger and more shredded the more you sleep. The harder you train and the more on point you are with your meals. Hitting your cardio when you're supposed to. Don't do what I do and sit around and wait to do it. That only happens probably like 2 times a week. The other 8 to 10 cardio sessions I do, or walks I have to take to get my step count up, I just get it done. But there are some times that I'm like, I really don't want to do this. you know, but you just got to do it, especially if you have a job or whatever and you're trying to tell yourself, I'm going to wake up in the morning and do it. Dude, you know how many times like in school, I'd be like, oh, I got homework. Let me just wake up in the morning. I'll do my homework in the morning. Yeah, right. So get your schedule down and just fucking hit it. And guess what? Don't do it for a week. Don't do it for a month. Give me 6 months straight of hitting every single meal, sleep, training session with all your effort. Do it for 6 months. And don't give up on the cut. Because dude, you see how weak I am today? Last week, last workout, I'm getting weaker, guys. But guess what? I'm getting leaner. So I don't really give a fuck, right?